It's the Eddie Browne Show with your host, Eddie Browne. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Eddie Browne Show. I'm your host, Eddie Browne. America, shut up and listen. Our top story tonight, Secretary of State and two-time YMCA salsa champion Rex Tillerson was recently accused of calling the president an effing moron.
You called the president a moron, and if not, where do you think these reports or
I'm not going to deal with petty stuff like that. I mean, this is what I don't understand about Washington.
Now, folks, moron is not the worst thing you could call Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, it's not even the worst thing we've called him during the taping of this episode. But it probably isn't something you should call your boss unless it's super duper accurate.
But I just want to be clear, you still haven't denied that you called him a moron. And, you know, a lot of people are going to watch this and think he probably said it.
I'm not dignifying the question with an answer.
So he probably said it, right? He probably said it. And can you blame him, guys? Can you blame him? Trump has literally been undermining this man's diplomatic efforts in North Korea at every single turn.
Rex Tillerson, our wonderful Secretary of State, that he is wasting his time trying to negotiate with Little Rocket Man. Save your energy, Rex. We'll do what has to be done.
I tried to tell him, Rex, you can't talk sense to these kind of people. They're too short, just like you can't keep these beautiful big hands off your wife. I'm just kidding. Have you seen your wife? She's a total dog, believe me. You know, Rex is definitely going to get fired for this. Y'all know he's going to get fired. He's fired, right? Y'all know that? Okay. This wouldn't be the first time that Trump has fired somebody for something completely petty. It's happened before. Scaramucci, Priebus. Do you ever wonder what happens to those guys? You ever wonder if maybe they had something deep down in their hearts that they just left unsaid? Well, we actually were able to look into the Eddie Browne Library and find this beautiful gem for you guys in a segment we like to call Parting Words.
These are parting words.
With the focus on the president's agenda, I think with the constant drumbeat, I think what you're doing every day is important. But I'm hoping that some of these in the Senate come to their senses and see that they're hurting the country.
Was he ever tough to defend?
He has always said, and he means it, and he's right, that he's always his best spokesperson. He knows what he wants to and how to it.
That makes it tough.
I was asked to resign, and I refused. I insisted on being I had thought that's what Donald Trump was good at.
Does his behavior bother you?
Well, what I'm concentrated on is the job that he's given me, and that is to make certain that we the mission of the Department of Health and Human Services. And there are a whole array of activities that we're undertaking. One of them is this piece of in the Senate right now.
These are parting words.
Folks, at this point in the show, we'd like to give voice to people on the other side of the aisle, those who don't often agree with us. Today we've got a special guest, Mr. Randy Whiteman. Give it up for Mr. Randy Whiteman. Good to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. It's Whiteman.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, Randy, can I call you Randy?
Absolutely.
All right. Randy, now you're a very opinionated Trump supporter. That's what we've gotten from you.
I do have an opinion.
Yeah? Well, it looks like you've called the show 87 times to speak your mind. Okay. Mr. Whiteman, could you give us a little insight? You're a Trump supporter. Give us a little insight into why you're a Trump supporter, and if you're still one, what gives?
Well, look, it's very simple. We didn't elect Trump to pass out flowers or do fancy things like speak correctly. I mean, if we're being really honest here, though, the real reason we elected him is so that all you intellectuals would have a hard time understanding what's going on, just like the rest of us have to deal with on a regular basis. And it's about impotency for the common man.
I think you mean empathy, right?
Empathy.
That's what empathy.
Oh, shoot, that is the word, isn't it? I'm so embarrassed. That's just embarrassing. You know, I feel like Donald Trump did whenever he said he wanted to have sex with his daughter. You know, I mean, it's just a tongue slip. You know, tongue slips, pink slips.
Freudian slips.
Yeah, you know, that's how Donnie rolls. I mean, he's just one of the fellas. You know, I mean, you got to admit, it is so nice to finally see our most rich and powerful finally get what they want out of life. I mean, you got to see it, Eddie. It's just going to trickle down to all of us. It's going to be like showers of rain, but with Trump, it's going to be golden showers. Golden showers for everyone, Eddie.
Okay, let me get this straight. So what you mean here is that you're, and I might be reaching, okay? I might be reaching a little bit, but what you're trying to say is that you feel like you've been looked down upon and Trump spoke to you, right?
To me directly? No, he never said anything to me. I mean, I'd love to meet the man. I mean, you know, I do own pretty much every episode of The Apprentice on VHS, though, and it makes me feel really close to him. It really does. And you know, one time I was at a rally, and I think we got the picture. Do we got the picture?
We do. Yeah, sure.
You see right there, that guy right there?
Uh-huh.
See him? That's me. You can tell he's kind of a bigger guy. I'm a bigger guy. I'm a big guy. See me? I'm wearing my hat right there.
Uh-huh.
That's my hat. And then Donnie, you see the angle? He's pointing right at me.
Okay.
He's pointing right at me, Eddie.
Yeah, no, that's definitely you, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, that's nasty. Are you dipping right now?
This is just some more of that elitist propaganda. I tell you what, you know, I did feel overlooked, Eddie. You know, every single time Obama spoke, and I mean, he talked and talked and talked and talked some more, and I never understood a word that he had to say. Meanwhile, the folks over at Fox and Friends are telling me in words that I understand that he's a Kenyan Muslim dictator, and he weren't even from here. And what's even worse is they're planning on replacing this Barack Obama with a baby-killing robot woman who wants to use our man squigglies to form an army of baby men. I mean, it's just ridiculous, Eddie. You seem like a smart fella, like a nice guy for a black guy. But, wow. I mean, it's mind-boggling, Eddie. Surely there's some advances that we can make, which is why I'm all for eugenics.
Did not see this coming. You can't mean that.
Well, absolutely.
Eugenics?
I mean, I heard it on the radio. It's just one pill, and you take it, and it turns all your bad feelings into good feelings, all your inadequacies and self-doubts and all that stuff that makes you, not manly, and it makes you manly again. It's just a pill. It's cheap. It's eugenics. Eugenics.
Oh, you mean nugenics. Nugenics. With an N.
I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That does sound really familiar. So you're saying it's nugenics?
Nugenics.
Yeah.
Male enhancement.
Oh, man, I feel like Donald Trump all over again. This is just like whenever he said he met the president of the Virgin Islands. It's like I'm meeting myself for the first time. He really is just like one of us, Eddie. Just like you and me and both of us, just like you and me.
Nope, just like you. All right. Hey, Randy Whiteman, everybody. Come on. Randy Whiteman, appreciate it.
Bye, America.
Really appreciate it. Please.
Bye.
All right. Wow. All right. So, I hope everyone learned something from that. America, this is Eddie Browne, reminding you, sometimes the news might suck. Doesn't mean you have to. Have a good night, everybody. Go, get it.